Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Jake Mills. We're here with the Just Die Talk podcast, accompanied by my boy Pat and as well as Austin. We're here to talk some golf. We all kind of grew up around the golf world. Austin, you'll hear a little bit more about him, but definitely a guy that is well experienced in the game of golf, more than most. And Pat and I are just a bunch of sickos who play like degenerates and watch it like degenerates. But no, so this is our podcast. A little shout out to the great late Pete Dye. We're all Indiana natives, so I believe it is Indiana's the second most dye design courses in the country. Technically, Florida has one more, but I think also too some of them got redone by the Dye name even after he had passed. So I still crown Indiana, but yeah, we're going to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing on this show and what we plan to have going on, and some different events as well as content ideas as entertainment as well. And I'll let these guys introduce themselves. I'll pass over to Austin.
Yeah, I'm Austin. I'm 28. I'm from the south side of Indianapolis. Went to high school at Center Grove. Jacob mentioned my golf background a little bit, so I played there at Center Grove. Played at IUPUI for 4 years in college, and then was delusional and played the mini tours in South Florida for about a year and a half. Quickly realized that you're not very good.
What tour was that?
Minor league golf tour was mainly what I played on. So
Hell yeah.
Went to Canada Q school, shot a million. So never worked out. Was a decent college player, but once you got to that level, you was not very good. So still love to play golf. Huge golf fan. Love to smack it around every week. So right now I'm in medical device sales. So still do aesthetic practices, and which really cuts into the golf time. But I'll pass it over to Pat.
Thanks, man. No, my name's Pat Huffide. I'm from Indianapolis, went to Chatard High School here in the north side. I'm a golf sicko as well. Known Jake for a while, just met Austin tonight actually, so excited to do that. But Jake and I have been friends for a while. We like to golf a lot, and obviously you see the hat, you see the shirt. Die-hard Tiger Woods fan, the GOAT, obviously. So. Happy to be here. Hopefully win some more majors, right? We'll see if it gets healthy.
Please give me another major, Tiger.
I'll be happy if he plays in another one.
Yeah,
God.
we'll see. Maybe a Champions Tour type career left here, but we can get into that later. But yeah, man, excited to talk golf and can't wait for it. So excited to see kind of what we have for you guys. And yep.
Well, and especially as it just kind of clicked to me. Yeah, I guess we've been in a group chat, but the two of you have never actually physically met. However, there is some mutual connections here. So
That is true.
Austin and I grew up playing AAU basketball together. I was the only kid within like 50 miles that would be able to go down to Southport every day to play on an AAU team, coached by the one and only great Bob Crowder, Austin's dad. But also, correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, you went to high school with Pat's girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm a Center Grove grad, so
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know her a little bit, but yeah, Center Grove guy. So
Good old Center Grove. What's that course down there? Center Grove?
So you got Dye's Walk. and you got
Dye's
Hickory
Walk. That's
Stick.
what I was
Yeah,
thinking. Oh, of
yeah,
course, Dye's Walk.
That's
Look at
the
that.
hat. That's the hat.
But yeah, so I mean, we kind of want to throw the show together, as you guys will see. For our viewers in the corner, you'll see currently, what puts us together is Chase Crazy Productions. Myself and my partner have started this podcast company and media company about a year and a half ago. And so I was doing some brainstorming. We'll get to, I went on a little golf trip recently, and Pat and I have been talking nonstop recently and started to think about, I really don't follow too many golf shows or even think that, anything around the game of golf. Everybody, our friends all, we love golf, whether you suck at it, shoot 110, or you're somewhat decent. It's still a fun game and everybody can kind of get along. So, get some entertainment as well as some excuses for us to get on the course. I was like, Pat and I were brainstorming. I was like, who fits this narrative? I was like, damn, also be a good guy to talk to and connect back with. So that's kind of what brings us all together. You guys are going to see a bunch from us from, especially during majors, some shows like this where we're all sitting around talking, whether it's through Zoom or in person, working on getting connected with maybe a location, like a bar location that we could go in and they take care of us and we do some stuff from their place. around like majors, had talks, some round updates, some ones that more of the viewers have dived into. And then big fun this summer is, we luckily we got our hands on a good team that knows how to produce videos and interviews, videos like what you see on YouTube of like Bob Does Sports, going golfing and talking to different people. So from business to pleasure to celebrities, we plan on having some people on to go, shoot the shit and play some golf. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, you guys can say where the fuck you want on here. We have editing. So
I was going to ask if there's any sort of.
Oh yeah, no. I already
clarified that about an hour ago.
The explicit checks are on, and as long as we don't cross too many barriers, we can always have the editing power out. Can't wait for our first live podcast to go fucking miserable. But yeah, man, we look forward to hitting the links, playing some golf, getting some drone footage, some mic'd up people, a lot of shit talk, a lot of betting, a lot of crazy good stuff. So we're excited to kind of see what gets going on. I mean, you guys, when we should tee it up for the first time?
Yeah, where are you playing tomorrow, Pat?
Hillcrest Country Club. So I was a member at Hillcrest for, still technically kind of am. Play there a bunch. I was there for about 5 years. So it's a nice little course. It's short, but it's tight. If you want the fairway, that rough is 3 or 4 inches sometimes. In the summer, they got those greens up to like 11 and a half, sometimes 12, depending on when it is, man. It's real tough.
Yeah, I played it a couple times. It's funky. I like it, but really good greens. But you got some wild ones out there. Number 9 too.
Number 9, man.
What's one the crossing fairways off the two tees? What is that? 16 and
6 and 16. Yeah,
6 and
the
16.
halfway house.
Oh yeah,
little fireball suit at the turn.
Oh yeah, Austin, we'll have to get out there over there with Pat's dad. We'll have to tee one of those up soon. Just to you ever seen Charles Barkley swing? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gotten better though.
Okay, you haven't seen Joe Huffine swing a golf club. It is one of the most marvelous things I've ever. It's like a circus putting together not the circus, like the fairs that you have behind Walmart, and they set up those like rides that people actually get on. That's what I think of when I think of watch Joe swing a club.
Okay.
It's literally like a combination of Fred Couples and Charles Barkley.
With a VJ hitch at the top.
No, with a Jim Furyk type swing.
Thank you. Not VJ, Jim Furyk.
Yeah. But it's
smooth. I'm trying to decide if that's going to be looking good or if it's rough to watch.
When it goes straight, you're like, how the fuck does he do that? But it also there is
somehow he's at 11 or 12. I don't understand it.
But there is a lot of rhythm to it too. It's not like it's just like he does the same thing every time. But it's just
that's why I said it's more of like it's got like that Charles Barkley, Jim Furyk, but it's smooth. So like not Fred Couples smooth, obviously. Like that's different smooth. We all know that, but for some reason it is kind of smooth. Okay, and it works.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Austin, do you win any tournaments on that tour?
Finished runner-up. Runner-up was my best finish. It was a 2-day event. I was in the final group on the second day and played with a dude named Scott Vincent, a guy from Zimbabwe. And he got me by 1 and played the Olympics in Tokyo 2 weeks later. So,
well, he had a month. Jeez. He
played live for a couple of years too.
Oh, gotta love it. We can cut this, but so let me know after. But if you don't mind, what is runner-up paying one of those tournaments?
Not much. I mean, it depends. I mean, if it's a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, I mean, there are like majors that have higher entry fees and pay more. But runner-up, I think I made like $2K. And that was just on minor league. I mean, you're not making a living playing the minor league tour. You're not making it unless you're.
So how does that work? Is it? And this may be a dumb question, but is it like minor league and then?
So I mean, like anybody could sign up for minor league. Like it doesn't matter.
Web.com.
Is that no? That's a year 2 or year 3 thing where we get some intern on here to sign up for the minor league. We send a production crew.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, no, anybody can sign up for the minor league. So, but it's a good mini tour though. I mean, there's some good guys that play on that tour. So,
that's awesome.
I mean, like Eric Cole, like he played like a minor league tour like last year. He played an event. So, like on an off week down in South Florida, you'll catch him playing the minor league tour.
Man, the game of golf. It's what I mean, there isn't any other sport, right, that you can have such different and talent and skill and ability and actually play together at like the same pace, rate, and understanding. I mean, again, understanding, I guess, is not that you could have a beginner and, you could have a guy that shoots 100 and, someone like Austin who's played it his whole life and played professionally and collegiately. And, but you can still play with someone who shoots a 110 at the same rate. And you guys understand that about, is there any other sport like that?
No.
Maybe
I'm
I'm trying to think. Maybe slow pitch softball is the closest thing we got.
I was gonna say softball, maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
That's probably it, to be honest.
Because everything else requires so much, just like athleticism itself, speed and whatnot. I never thought of that, but and we're gonna keep this somewhat short tonight for our people and get this thing out there. But as I said, we made a trip. So I don't know if you guys have done any in-person golf watching, but I just got back from a trip from a lifetime. Was blessed and lucky enough to go to Augusta for the Masters Thursday and Friday last week, which kind of was the launch to why we're doing this. I was getting ready to go, and I was like, I got to talk about this with somebody somewhere. I might as well make something of it. And teeing that up to, we're also here at the end of the summer as we get into golf season. Indianapolis is hosting the fucking Live event. And I don't know if you guys are wanting to go, but I'm working on making sure that we can all get there if you guys aren't going already. But that's going to be awesome. So we thought, okay, we have this 6-month runway. Let's go make some fun out of it. But have either of you ever been to Augusta?
No.
No, I was jealous of you. You told me you were going.
I was too.
I thought maybe you had been there, just not for the Masters, because there's so much I learned, understood. We all watch the Masters every year, of course, and I'm sure we'll get into some conversation here in a second. But the take that every sporting event should be held to the standard of, and not all sporting events, like Game 7 maybe World Series, NBA Finals, National Championship, like things like that. You can't do no phones. You have to have your phones at those events. But something like golf, something like, like tennis would be another one. Wimbledon, I'm shocked, is not a phone-free place now I think about it, because they could do it. But their engagement when you're that close within the players, dude, it was one of the coolest damn things I've ever seen in my life. It's like everyone's on their best damn behavior. Everyone is on. There's such an understanding of being like a good moral person, as well as like the kindness, and to have what do you call it? Like just simple gestures. Like someone could be sitting in your chair. It's not, hey, get the fuck out of my chair. It's like, no, hey, we return. Oh, is this your seat? Cool. Get up, stand right next to him. Like there's no altercation. It's an environment of people from all places, all types. Hell, I saw Adam Schefter at the Masters. Like walked past him, me 3 feet away. My little brother says something to him. Like, Shefty, what's up? It's like, that's Adam Schefter. That's private jets. That's suites for everything. Field access. Someone who in every other form of sports is getting every type of way and access to what we all dream of. And he's sitting there with no phone walking around the Masters just like I am. And I think that was like the most like settling, like, holy shit, not only is this place picture perfect and beautiful, but everyone does it the same way. And hats off to them. And whatever Colt years ago said it, hey, we ain't switching up on our morals. But
I don't think TV does it justice. Obviously, you and I have talked previously before this once you got back, but like, can you elaborate into that a little bit? And like, obviously we could tell like the slope, like, the elevation change, all that stuff. But my dad's been.
I don't think you understand. Stories. Yeah, but yeah, you're right, because your dad's been, right?
Yeah, my dad's been, so he's told me a lot.
It would shock me if you said yeah. It wouldn't shock me if you said yeah. Austin, has Bob been?
No, I don't think so.
Because they wouldn't. He'd be like,
that's
oh yeah, I've been like 15 times. That's something he could pull out of his ass.
Yeah, I know. No, he might. Honestly, I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
I would compare it to Pat actually being there. Again, you see it on TV. I'd say being there, walking it, doing it for 2 days. It is. I bet it's the same exact. If you took the true, peaks and valleys and slope across the board for 18 holes, it'd be the same as the Pete Dye course at French Lick. I thoroughly believe it is that up and down.
Wow.
I've heard that. I mean, obviously, like you just said, TV doesn't do it any justice. But there's certain camera angles where, whether it's on like 10 or, even on 2, where it's like
10's ridiculous.
You can kind of tell. I mean, it's like, wow, that's pretty steep. So.
We accidentally started walking up 10 about midday Thursday, and my dad said to us, hey, you guys want to cross? And we're like, no, we'll get up here and see them tee off. And he didn't stop us at that point because we're in a group of 6. And he gets to the top of the hill, and literally my sister-in-law, Haley, is bent over like, fuck you for doing this. I mean, my legs were starting to burn. It was like that, the last 30 minutes of conditioning practice. But we were like, holy shit, someone hits down this hill. But we walked up it.
Was it 150 feet, something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that, and like even just at 9, where I sat a lot on Friday, I mean, 9 from the bottom of their drives to the green elevation is like 38 feet, and it's just a straight peak elevation. It's not like a gradual hill.
What's a spot out there, or I mean, just a hole, I guess, where you're like, okay, TV really doesn't do this any justice. Like one hole that stands out.
First one is 1. I mean, when you
Okay.
walk in, I'm sure you guys in the picture, you have the giant, massive, not even leaderboard, but all the scores of everyone's individual rounds lined up right. That's the first thing you see when you get off the concrete to the grass. And
Okay.
you're at the Valley of 1. 1 and 4, and I'll get to 4 or 6. 1 and 6. I'll get to 6 in a second. But 1, I mean, they could, if they let you walk, like when you walk through the crosswalk area at the bottom of the hill, you can't even see a club at its peak on a swing. I mean, it's that much of a valley. Again, they're not hitting into that, but it's the walk down, and then you're straight uphill until you're about 100 yards in. So when Rory flies that tree on Saturday, he's the only one that went after, and he flies that tree. I mean, that ball had to be close to, I would guess, 150, probably 150 feet at its peak in the air. I mean, to hit a ball, because that's even higher than where they're at. And then they have this valley, and then you're all uphill from there. But that, and then my favorite one is 6. So, quick little story. We're sitting in the grandstand at 15 green off if you're looking at the green to the right. So you're there, and then you could stand up and see the par 3 16. So, like, when people finish, then you stand up, and everybody's, like, leaning over to watch the incoming of the green. Well, dead left of the 16 green is all the chairs up on the hill, and then you notice this path because at the top of that is the 6 tee box, which is all downhill. Nick and I are sitting there for 45 minutes, and we're beers deep. We got a couple of hits of the pin, and we're chilling out. We're like sitting there just dazed, just getting, you're in awe and aura every moment you're in the damn place. And I'm sitting there and just staring for a while, and I'm like, "Hey Nick," he's like, "What?" And I go, "Are those people sitting below the tee box on 6? Like, you have, like, the tee box, and then you have
the
the
crosswalkway?
hill. Yeah, well, no, not even that. You have this hill, and then
You can see it on
down
TV.
here, right? On that hill. So if someone duffs one, like, I don't know about Austin, but Pat and I have for sure done, where you just do the quick top, and someone's getting hit in the back or in the back of the head. I mean, they're sitting on that hill literally in front of it. It'd be like sitting on, Pat, it'd be like sitting on the 10T at Hillcrest, and someone is sitting in front of the tee box right when that drop-off happens.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be that. It's like, if there's any type of downhill duck, someone's getting drilled with the ball. And they sat there for 2 straight days. And so you're talking about the depths of what that shot is. I mean, you're talking about with or without wind, anywhere from a 50-degree or a 75-yard, or, well, I guess not for them, 130-yard shot to a 200-yard shot, because it's that much of a drop down. It was the most remarkable thing I've ever seen. It took us 45 minutes of debating and being like, can I see that far? Am I understanding this? Is it? I mean, we felt like idiots, but then we saw it on Twitter on Saturday. I was like, oh, shit, we were right. It's there's literally people sitting in front of it, and someone would have got killed if I was hitting.
It's got to be wild coming back from Augusta, like being there for 2 days straight, and then come back and watching on TV and get to witness a top 5 Masters of all time. I mean, it's got to be just incredible. I mean, to be a part of that, it's like people talk about, like, 2019 is great. Obviously, Jax was great. Tiger in 97, I think it was. 97, 98, 97. But then you got 19, and then you got Roy's. Like, those are top 4 for sure.
What year is Tiger's chip in on 16?
I think that was 05, right?
Oh, 05. Thank you, 05. But no, the nice part about Saturday was that I at least was in the car. So we listened to, I mean, I had our phone up on the dash, but I'm listening to most of it. But Sunday, it was like, God, I kind of wish I was still there. Like, you almost feel like an asshole for being like, 2 days wasn't enough.
I mean, I texted you, but I mean, that's That's the most fun I've had watching golf. I mean, I love watching golf. I mean, even like the opposite field events, it's all fun to me. That's the most fun I've had watching golf in a long time.
Dude,
Unbelievable, like you said, unbelievable. Top 5 Masters, unreal.
I totally agree, man. I watch like I said, I'm a sicko. I probably watch every Saturday, Sunday if I'm not out doing something. If I'm sitting inside, I'll watch the end of it. But like we had a bunch of people over and 4, 5, 6 guys over, having a couple drinks, having some pizza wings, the whole Sunday fun day guys thing. And we were just blown away.
Were you at your house or your dad's?
No, my dad's. But it was just like incredible moment after failure. You're like, oh my gosh, Roy's going to choke this again. Then he makes that miraculous 15 hook shot around the tree from like 210 yards out. And you're like, dude, that's like that like brings like memories of like Tiger's same shot on 15. Obviously he was, dead hard of the fairway, but for Roy to sling it around a tree and to come within like 5 feet. I mean, I know he missed a putt, but still that is incredible.
Yeah. I saw like Shane Bacon say something. I think it was Shane Bacon was like, that's almost like, I mean, it might sound a little dumb. That's almost what he needed at that point. Something, he flubbed the wedge on 13. He made a bogey on 14. He needed something that was just like take his mind off everything. Let's do something crazy.
Oh yeah, he did not need easy shots. He needed pressure to be like, and he also needed the fuck up. He needed the ball on, was it 14 or 15 that goes in the water? 15. Where he leaves it short. He lays up on the par 5, leaves it short, and then boom, bank off there. It's like he kind of needed that to be like, because he could feel the pressure. I mean, Rory's had how many? Back, I think especially back 9, Fox.
I think after like the first 2 holes, the double bogey and the bogey or whatever it was. I think to start or was it double to start on Sunday on one, double to start. I think after that, that was the greatest thing that happened to him because he was like, oh shit, like, now I'm not leading.
And at that point, you're tied.
The pressure's kind of off. Like, now I can kind of play my game, and you saw it. He just started taking off, hitting shots after shots, hitting a couple putts. I mean, that's
after Bryson started par birdie after Rory start. I mean, I was like, this isn't going to go well for Rory today. But
bringing up Bryson,
glad it did.
First of all,
I was shocked.
Talk about a guy's turnaround from the public view. I mean, some of the older heads, I'm assuming. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. I mean, what were your guys' thoughts on Bryson 5 years ago?
I mean, even if you didn't like him, like I think it's always good to have somebody that's interesting like that in golf, right?
Well, I'm saying like people maybe the douchebag, and I get for someone who gets called douchebag by a lot of people, cool. But douchebag-ish, like kind of like the guy you almost don't want to watch win. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, I think to tee off on that too is just like he came into Augusta 5 or 6 years ago, and he's like, I'm going to overpower this golf course.
That's what it was.
Just completely ignorant. And you're like...
He called it like a par 69, didn't he?
Yeah, par 69, and goes out and shoots like a 78 or something crazy.
It's a great show name.
Yeah.
Par 69.
So, I know. Maybe that's the new one. But yeah, for him to do that and like change his whole figure is just incredible. I mean, I think it was where was the PGA at when Phil won that year? I think him and Bryson were like chirping at each other, or him and Brooks were chirping at each other.
Kiowa.
It was Kiowa. When they had those metal cleats and Brooks was all heated, and that was like peak. Everybody hated Bryson, right? And it was like, man, this guy, like, I always found him like super interesting. I'm like, this is he's kind of a douchebag, but at the same time, like, I feel like there's like a system to like what he's doing, and I feel like there's a method to his madness. I'm like,
well, his swing is so absurd, and everyone in our generation loves Happy Gilmore. So it's almost like we want that character too, as like fans, especially younger fans. There's some older heads out there that are like, "No, get this shit out of here." But the Happy Gilmore in all of us is like, "Oh yeah, this is good." And then
it never gets old, and it comes up every year around Masters time. You get on Twitter and you see the video of Bryson on the range just doing the speed drill. I mean, he's just pounding the ball, and VJ standing right behind him looking at him like he's a crazy guy.
That's so funny.
Right? So Monday was rained out, and he still hit over 1,000 balls on the range this week. I think that's what last week when they were there.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, I know like these athletes nowadays, like LeBron puts in a 1.5 rumored to be in his body a year.
Which I love that he now lies and says that isn't true, and he accepted it and loved it for years. He goes on McAfee a couple weeks ago. He's like, don't know where they got that. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
But continue.
It's just, I mean, it's just incredible. But I just, it just blows me away at what he's kind of turned around to be. And, I think the YouTube thing for him was the biggest thing. It kind of got to show everyone who he really
got
was.
beloved.
I mean, he didn't do that. People are still hating him. He's probably not winning a couple majors. No offense. The first one, I think, where was his first one at? That was a PGA too, wasn't it?
U.S. Open, right?
Yeah,
US
US
Open,
Open.
excuse me.
It was a COVID US Open at Wingfoot.
Yeah, at COVID, exactly. So that was like, I mean, this is another up for debate, but like a COVID year, yeah, you beat everybody, but it's different when you have fans. Like it's a whole different added pressure, right? So I don't know where he'd be if he didn't have the YouTube and stuff like that. I really don't.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Well, and I saw people were shitting on him too for hiring the PR firm.
Yeah.
But it's like every other athlete has a PR manager that does it, and none of us have ever cared or anything. So why are we mad? I didn't even know that was like even a thing to be upset about until like recently I started to hear that. But sorry, I cut you off, Austin.
No, I think he gets the US Open at Oakmont this year. I think Bryson's going to win it.
Where is it?
Really?
Oakmont.
Ooh.
That's a good course for him. That's
Bryson's
also
my
good.
way too early pick. That's not bold, but
That's a man. That's a. Where the PGA is where this year again? It's
Quail.
Quail.
Yeah.
Quail Hollow. That's got Rory teed
That's got,
up.
I think it is too, man. I was telling Jake this the other day. We were talking in another group chat we have with our buddy Eric. I think Jake said, and not calling you out, Jake, early on the podcast.
Please call me out. I embrace it.
My question was, does this help Roy or does it hurt him? My take was, he's had all this pressure, all this failure, like all this weight is off his shoulders now. And I think it's just balls to the wall. I think he's going to play loose. I don't think he cares anymore. He completed the Grand Slam. Honestly, I think he gets to 10 majors.
What's he currently at? 6?
5.
5.
Yeah, I mean, I think
how old is Rory?
He's 35.
5, yep.
I mean, I think he's definitely going to get another green jacket, 100%. So, yeah, I mean, I could see him getting a 10. How many green jackets do you think Scotty's going to end up with? He's got 2.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably high end, man.
He's already got 2.
He's got 2.
Right? Yeah, he's getting 5.
He won he won 22 and 24.
Yeah,
right?
Scotty might get 5. Because Scotty's our age.
Oh, he's like 27.
He's born in 96, just like me. Like unless you're right. Unless Rory or someone else just finds out. Again, there's no way to play Augusta, clearly. You can do the best you can. It's still going to kill you. I mean, hell, I sat at 9 for probably a total of 4 hours between 2 days. We saw 3 1-putts. Tap and birdie Jason Day, tap and birdie Hideki, and tap and birdie Rory. Or sorry, JT, Rory on Thursday, JT, and then Hideki. They were all within club length, tap in birdies. No one else could hit a putt outside 4 feet. For 2 straight days, I was there, and I was like, "This is Thursday and Friday's green." So again, unless someone can play the course correctly, I mean, again, I don't think Rory ever wins a Masters again. I don't think he wants to. I think he's kind of this is it. But you're right. He may go run off like 4 or 5 majors.
Dude, he might have a Scotty type year. What's he got? 3 already this year?
I mean, Pebble, Sawgrass, and the Masters, and it's April.
Those are probably 3 of the most iconic courses.
That's a pretty good start.
That's a pretty good start. The most iconic golf courses around. I mean,
real quick. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we talked about majors and who's going to win. I'll tell you who's going to compete with those guys. He's a fucking robot. Oberg.
Ludwig Oberg.
He will get 5-6 majors.
And I mean this
I really
in
think
the
so.
straightest way possible. He looks just as much a stud in person from 80 feet as he does on TV. That man is awesome. I mean that in the nicest compliment, straightest way possible. He is just like, what is he, like 6'4", 215, just shredded and swings a
Yeah,
golf
he's like
club. And
my exact body type, but can swing it 10 million times better than I will ever be able to.
He
easy.
seems so calm, cool, and collected out there too. I love his composure. So
Well,
I
I
like the
love
guys
like
that are fiery though. I mean, you got like the JTs, the Roms, the Rorys. Those, even Scotty a little bit. They got that fire and passion. I mean, I don't know if he has it, but
the game of
we'll
golf's
see.
in a good direction. Well, I know we'll get into
100%.
more. We'll get into more of my. I'm sure I'll have thousands of things to bring up about the Masters and different points and different times. Oh, before I forget, we were talking about DeChambeau and being likable. So I heard recently, well, I say recent, last year, I got a very good approval from him from a friend of a friend. So did you guys know that he started dating a Marion golfer? I don't think they're
Yeah,
still together. I don't think they're still
what's
together.
her?
And sorry, C. Stewie, if you see this, but I know that my buddy was dating this chick, and then the next time I saw a picture of her, she was dating DeChambeau. Um, uh, but
This girl put at Marion.
I
Yeah,
think she just recently graduated. But I mean, yeah, she was a Marion golfer. Oh yeah, the goal is I know for sure we have one guest I can already get us for that week, which is awesome. So, who did just play at Augusta? I'll leave that name to be named later until it's official. But yeah, we
Pete
got
Reed.
we got one guy that is played at Augusta that is coming. I guess that narrows the list to a certain amount. Now I think about it. Speaking of last thing from Augusta, um, I miss Fat Phil. Mickelson's not as fun when he's skinny and in shape. Now he looks great in the vest and sneakers and everything. He looks great. But
he's got
I miss
the
fat
forces
curly
on.
hair Phil that looks like he just got done greasing up a pig for 45 minutes because he's dripping sweat. Like,
Yeah, I mean the fat Phil, the big visors, and now he's just skinny Phil, decked out in all this live shit with all of his wellness drinks. He's a totally different guy.
which he's
It'll
probably a
keep
lot
it'll
happier. He's probably a lot better of
it'll
a
keep him around
person.
longer.
Oh yeah, he will, and it's probably doing well for him. But the fan in me says I miss Fat Phil.
I could see Phil. I could see Phil making. I mean, this is probably delusional. I could see Phil making a run. He backdoored a runner and finished last year, the year before. I could see that again.
Yeah, I can
He'll
see that
finish top.
too.
He'll be a Sunday contender at one of these things, one of these majors this year.
Yeah, I have to agree. Actually, I think he's still got a little bit of game left. Same with Rosie. I think Rosie's got some life left too. I think Sunday at the Masters was not just a one-time thing.
Well, no, it's been a
He
three-time
can.
thing for him, for Rosie.
Well, I'm saying just that, like recently. I know he's had some top 10 finishes, but I think he's got another major in him. That's also the great thing about golf, right? These guys are 50, 51, whatever Phil was when he won what was it, the U.S. Open, the PGA, whatever it was.
U.S.
Um, I mean, you can play till 52, 53, 54, 55, however the hell old he is now. Um,
I mean,
so,
how old's who were we talking about earlier?
I mean, or your Bernhard
How old's
Langer.
Fred
He's
I
Couples?
was
out
going to
there.
say that, yeah.
How
Longer's
old's
got to be,
Fred?
I think he was 67. Freddie is, I think he's younger than that. I think he's like 64, 63,
Fred
maybe?
Couples is 65 years old.
63. Oh, shit.
Out there at Augusta, holding
Wow,
high average from like 190.
he is 1 day and 1 year older than my pops. I didn't realize their birthdays
Okay.
were that close. By the way, that man's been golfing a lot down south because he looked
Who?
his
Brian?
forearm. No, Fred Couples. When I watched him walk
Oh.
down the hill after teeing
I thought you were
off
talking
this
about
one-
Brian too.
No, Brian's been playing a little bit of golf. Parents got a place down in Florida about a year and a half ago. So mom goes down there for a great chunk. Actually, I saw her at Augusta for the first time since Christmas. So she spends essentially New Year to Easter down south now, and Dad goes back and forth. But no, Fred Couples is forearms. I mean, we were probably 100 yards away from him. Pure leather. This man is I can't imagine what his biceps look like because this man's been golfing out in the sun a lot. I mean, close to a Hideki type, not Hideki, close to a Sergio type color. like on his forearms. Like this man was pure sun, like no sunscreen on for the last 6 months, golfing in the sun. It was beautiful. I was happy for him.
What the hell is Sergio wearing? Like what? What is his outfit?
I was just about to say that. You say Sergio color, I think maroon, neon, yellow now. That's what I think.
This dude looked like Ronald McDonald.
Thank you. I was going to say, so by the way, I saw 2 days. I only saw 2 people on the putting green at any moment. Only 2 times I saw, actually, one person on Thursday and Friday, Sergio. And the best one was on Friday morning. He's sitting there putting, and it's probably a 4-footer, but you can tell there's a break. He's putting on purpose. He misses it 3 straight times at the same side, which can also, like, for me, I would be like, just aim left and it goes in. But I'm sure there's some technique side to that about understanding the green more than putting it. But the best part is he missed the 3rd one in a row, and he just goes, oy vey. And literally everyone around the putting green just started dying laughing. But Ronald McDonald on Thursday is 100% what he looked like. It was not neon yellow.
I love that nickname.
Was bright yellow. Like that PGA sign behind Pat is a little more neonish. He was straight up McDonald's M yellow on Thursday.
Speaking of the PGA, so I went last year, and let me talk about the wildest Friday morning in the history of damn near golf on a major.
Were you there when Scotty ended up?
So we went Thursday. Beautiful day. 82 and sunny. It's hot as hell. Michelobes are flowing. Great day. Wake up, or go to bed, go back to the house. Wake up 6:30 or 5:36, whatever the hell it was. We start getting ready. I get a notification on my phone. Scotty Scheffler's arrested. I fucking book it upstairs, and like we were staying at one of our friends' house, so he had family there. They all wake up. They're like, what? I'm like, Scotty Scheffler's fucking arrested. I'm like, that's the reason I came. I'm like, I want to follow Scotty. Obviously, Tiger too. But man, talk about chaos. God bless. I love Valhalla. It's a beautiful course. But goddamn, they could never have a PG or a major there ever again, and they're not, which is good. It is.
You don't think they're? We're 20.
No, they already said they're not. It's not owned by the PGA anymore.
Yeah,
so,
I understand that, but this is the world. Everything in this world goes in circles. Like, think about it. When our grandkids might be golfing, they might go back to Valhalla. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's not that they'll never will. Somebody is gonna. There's gonna be a new owner, there's someone that's in their late teens, early 20s right now. In 20 years, I'm gonna be like, you know what? We got to redeem ourselves. We're a laughing stock when you Google majors and Scotty Scheffler, the guy that became one of the greats. I think someone's gonna try to.
Yeah, people are also taking it 20 deep at Valhalla and the PGA Championship. So I love watching. I love watching the tournaments that beat those guys up a little bit.
I do too.
Augusta's obviously awesome. I'm fine with 10, 11, 12 under at Augusta, but I mean, like when Brooks won at Oak Hill, 6 under. When the U.S. Open went or shooting even par.
Wait,
I love watching those events.
Is Oak Hill? Is that the one in Chicago or Ohio?
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill
that
was
was
in
New York.
Rochester.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the?
You're thinking Cog Hill.
Thank you, Cog Hill. Which one is that? Chicago or Ohio?
Chicago.
That's where it is.
Yep.
Dude, I mean, but it was crazy to me, like, to go to jail cells, shoot 65 or 67, whatever the hell it was, man. And then you got fans, like, maybe I just don't have the connections for this, but you got dudes showing up in Scotty's mugshot on the same morning that he was in jail.
Would have embraced it. For someone who's been behind bars for a short period of time, I can't imagine I was so scared to see my mother. I can't imagine swinging a golf club in front of people. But hats off to him. But
Dude,
again,
crazy.
I'm looking forward to the rest. Oh, quick question: outside of the last PGA, have either one of you ever been to a U.S. Open or a U.S. Open, Ryder Cup, or the Open?
I've been to some PGA Tour events, but I've never been to any of those team events or major. So
I think
the U.S. the Senior Open was a crooked stick back in like 2012.
Yeah, I went to that.
Speaking of
this
came from there. This came. I was trying to circulate this all back to the Senior Open at Crooked Stick. No, wait. You said that was 2012?
I think so.
I think it might have been earlier than that.
Well,
Okay,
the
yeah.
Either way.
the BMW was there in 2012.
Yeah, so
Well,
the BMWs are 12 and 16, so the U.S. Open or the Senior Open was definitely before that then.
Okay,
Senior
well,
Open's coming
if
back
this
in 2
didn't
years,
come, I would say if this
3
didn't come
years.
from that Senior Open, which I think would have been like mid 2000s, then this would have come from the 1999 LPGA insert sponsor Genesis Open, which took place at Harbor Trees. So we can't remember for sure. We think my
Really?
grandpa, who volunteered to work that event as well as the Senior Open, he volunteered to work both. He ended up with this at some point after, which was his job was to hold this. He also took it as his job is to take it home. So it is now used in different things, and it will be used greatly amount on this show as we continue forward.
I like it.
It is, and again, if you don't be too careful, you got a little. It might get a splinter down here. It's not doing its greatest, but I took it off the wall for us today.
I love that.
It's just a hell of a sign.
I've never been to I've been to PGA obviously, but I've went to Riviera when I was a kid. Barely remember that. That was when Tiger was dating his old wife Ellen, or I think whatever her name was.
Yeah.
She had a hell of a 5-iron.
Yeah, that's facts. But I went down to Bay Hill a couple years ago. That was sweet. That's like kind of a major setting. I don't know why they won't have they should, dude. They should roll a major there one time.
U.S. Open would be awesome.
Dude, they can get that rough so thick. We were there.
Is it big enough, like space-wise? For spectators. Or
Yes,
patrons.
yes.
Patrons, as we will abide by Augusta rules of this pod. Patrons is what we call them.
Yes, it's big enough, man. It's got a huge footprint. Their greens are like, you see that par 3 on 2. It's like I think it's like 185 downhill. It's got probably 30, 40 feet from front to the back, maybe like 10, 15 yards, whatever the hell it is. So 30, yeah, whatever. And if they get those things rolling to like a 13 and a half, whatever they can get them up to and get that rough, it's usually thick anyways. I mean, you get that really thick for a U.S. Open.
Yeah, that's a fun tournament to watch every year because it beats those guys up a little bit. Like I don't know what Russ Henley shot when he won this year, but he didn't take it deep. You get in that rough.
Then you watch those guys try to do something on 6. 6 is that big par 5. I mean, I sat there for probably 2 hours, man, and watched those dudes try to go after that hole over the water. That's the whole Bryson drove it like. Yeah. That was the first year that Bryson everybody was like, holy shit, he can hit the ball, because he drove it because usually you take it to 280, 285 out to the right. I think he was 365 with like a wedge in it. Everyone's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know what the timeline was like
365
when people transition from hating Bryson to loving Bryson, but that might have been the coming out moment where people are when he's putting his arms up, pointing at the sky or whatever. when he drove it over the water, that might have been when people were like, all right, I like this guy.
Let me ask you guys this: what's the best course you've played?
I was just about to say my final question was your top 3, because Austin, you me, we're all gonna have kind of different variants of answers, but your top 3, either again put them as favorite or even most known courses, and you'll get why I say that. Pat, we'll lead it off to you if you're ready. But yeah, your top 3 that you've ever played. Whether it's a tour course or favorite local, whatever it is, we'll also do some later love for some different local courses and give some shout outs too. But go ahead.
I'll give you 2 not local, and I'll give you 1 local. My favorite that I ever played was TPC Riverbend. That is in Ohio. It's probably one of them. They had those greens at a 12. Just the layout was cool. It's kind of like it's a country club course. They used to they had a Corn Ferry Tour there, event. But man, it was so cool. Another one is Harbor Shores up in Michigan.
I've heard great things about that place. I think Klein recently.
It's beautiful, man.
Played up there.
It's just gorgeous. I don't even know how to describe it.
They play a senior major there?
Huh? What did you say,
They
Jake?
play.
No, awesome. Sorry.
I was just saying, did they play senior major there? Am I thinking of the right
they
course?
Did. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think so. But it's just beautiful, man. It's just one of those.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I
is that
think
the one
golf should
up
go
on
up
the
there and do
water?
it.
Is that up there on lake like one of the lakes?
Yeah.
Is that the one that goes right? Okay, yeah. That's one I've heard of. And what's your third that here local that you said?
My favorite, I'll give you two. I'm not supposed to give you three.
That's fine.
Favorite public course is the Fort.
Mm.
I love the Fort. You don't get any undulation like you do anywhere in Indy, really.
Another hilly place.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And for some reason, my ass always breaks 80. I think I've broken,
There we
I don't know
go.
what it is. Probably because I play well there. My
When I
handicap's
go
not
when
good.
I go with you the fort, you'll shoot like 91.
We'll see. But it's technically my home course now through the app. But me being a 8 handicap, it's to shoot under 80 there from not the tits, but the second to, I don't even know what it is, I think blues or whatever it is. I like it. And then obviously, dude, you got to choose Sagamore, man. Sagamore's anybody that plays, anybody that comes around Indy, like
Austin,
it's the hardest course in Indy.
have you played
No
Sagamore?
Sagamore's
question.
sick.
Oh my God! So
Yeah.
I'm the guy from Noblesville, and I'm the only one that hasn't played Sagamore.
You've never
Sagamore's
played
awesome.
Sag?
From my father, he told me if he ever gets invited back to their outing, there I can fill a spot because he'll never play the course again. So I don't know if that's
It's
because
hard,
he's
dude.
a lefty or anything. There's something about it. He's usually not
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot
oh,
of
I
cut
played
shots.
bad. He's not a I played bad, I'm not going back kind of guy. There is something about it that is uniquely different that he refuses to even go try to,
When they
battle
get
and
that,
conquer.
well,
He
the
hates
problem is
it.
when they get that heather up, man, then they get those greens rolling,
But
and then they got the
It's
Harbor
finishing
and
hard.
four
Chatham
holes. They
both
got
had the heather.
yeah,
That's
but
what I'm saying. It's not
it's
the heather. It must be something for a lefty. I don't know if you guys. So Austin,
it
ask
could
some of
be.
your
I'm not
lefty
a lefty,
friends.
so I don't know.
Find some lefty friends and ask them. That's our homework is to see
Yeah.
if anybody else feels the way about Sagamore's my dad. But yeah, that's the place we gotta get out to. So we'll get
I
that
mean,
done.
if you go there and you'll go to the finishing holes 15, or 16, 17, 18.
I've walked it
Six,
once. I caddied my
six,
mom.
16's a weird par 5 or par 4 over the water. Kind of, you hit another approach shot into the green with bunkers back to back.
Coming back towards the clubhouse.
17 is like a 220-yard over the water shot. You got bunker in the front, bunker in the back with like a long green that goes like north to. It's tough. And then 18, you have to hit over the water.
18's the
You've
par,
got a
par
little
4, right?
par
Par
5 to
five.
end, and it's got like woods towards the green, kind of, and then a lake to the left, a little river, lake, whatever you want to call it, with
I know
trees
what you're talking about.
both
Yeah.
sides, and it's tough.
No. I'm with Pat, man. Sagamore's awesome. I feel like it's not talked about enough for being as good as it is in Indy. I mean,
I
it's
cannot
so
believe
good.
I've never played.
Greens
Crazy
are
stat.
slick.
They have the most plus handicap golfers in the state as members.
Really?
Yeah. They've got I think it's 50 plus.
We know golf
Something
up in Noblesville. Come on now.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and that could be wrong, but still,
Austin,
that's
top
what I was
3.
told.
You guys ever played Stony Creek right across the street?
Hey, come
Oh
on
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
That's that's where you went in middle school just to get away from mom and dad and go play par 3 with the homies.
They got a nice little par 3 course over there. Yeah, it's nice. So Olympia Fields up in Chicago. I played it a couple years ago,
Ooh.
right before the BMW. It was like 2 weeks before the BMW. They had the grandstands out. The rough was ridiculous. I didn't make a birdie.
You didn't?
Awesome course though.
What is your handicap?
I'm not that good. I promise.
What's your handicap?
At your peak, though, you were.
I'm a +1.
Fuck off, man.
I was about to say at your peak, you were
God
a scratch,
damn it.
right? I mean, he said I'm not that good. He's a
Yeah,
+1.
no, I mean that place is so hard. I mean, you're an inch off the fairway into the rough, and I mean you're basically just pitching out.
Sounds
It was
like
a
Jake
cool
and I are gonna be
experience.
getting some strokes from you on some
No,
sneakies.
Pat, you know me though. It's rare for me to feel like I am by far the worst golfer in the group, and that's
Are you
What do you
giving
play?
me the
that's
edge
the
here?
case here.
Jake, I think the
Are you
last time
giving
we
me the
played,
edge?
We played.
I think the last time we played,
We played
we play
Dice
Dice?
Walk in high school. You, me, Carson, Mike, and your dad. And that par 5, 4th or 5th hole, whatever it is, back tee box by the cart path. I hit it off the. It was a 490. I'm making shit up now. 490-yard par 5. My tee shot hits the tree on the left. I'm now line 1, hitting at 655. I mean, I hit the ball straight off this tree pass straight. It'd be like off 16 at Hillcrest. It'd be like hitting that tree and being behind the pool. That's where my ball
Oh, fuck.
went.
That's great.
I just remember you like to go out there and swing hard. I remember we played like a 6th grade AAU tournament. We were up in Fort Wayne. All of us went out for the day and played. I think it's called Cherry Hill. We all rented clubs and.
I tone it back. I've learned how to actually golf in the last couple of years. Pat can speak. I mean, there's some hacks where I'm like, you're like, how the hell do you swing that hard under? Like, because it to me it feels very controlled. I don't notice how hard I swing.
Yeah, but then you swing soft and you're like, damn, I didn't even swing, and everyone's like, dude, that's perfect tempo.
Hell yeah,
literally.
But all right, so you got the one in Chicago.
Love Olympia. When I was down in Florida, I played. I got on the Grove, so Grove 23.
Shut the hell up.
That was an awesome experience. Yeah,
that
place. Yeah, it was cool. That was in my top 3 for sure. Just the experience. The golf course isn't as good as some of the nicer ones, I guess. But like I was pulling up to the first tee when I was down there, and Rory, Rahm, and JT were just standing in the circle talking like right outside the clubhouse. So, you walk into the clubhouse, like Space Jam's playing. You get all these like high-end tour guys that are practicing out there. It's a cool day.
Dude, that is so sick.
It was fun.
Did you ever play the course down there called Grand Cypress?
No.
Is that the one in Naples?
It's in Orlando. It's a replica of like St. Andrews. I forgot to mention that one. Dude, it's sick. My dad and I did it like a little boys trip down there. And it was like, sorry to interrupt, but it was like
No, you're good.
It was like, so 1 in 18 replicates exactly what it is at St. Andrews. Dude, it's so cool. It's just link style,
I like
Florida golf. Dude, you got to do it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
You'll love it.
Oh, is this the?
I've always wanted.
That's the Hyatt. That's the Hyatt like compound, isn't it, in Orlando?
I think maybe.
It is.
I can't remember.
I just pulled it up. Yep, it's the Hyatt or Hilton.
Dude, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's the Hyatt. Oh.
Dude,
yeah,
it's so
also,
sick.
you gotta look up Grand Cypress. It's a Nicholas course, or as Hank from
That
PMC
may
will
be.
say,
I'm
Nick
sorry.
Klaus.
That may be one of my top
Grand
ones
Cypress.
for sure. Has to be.
Okay. All right, let's just pack it up and go down to Orlando then for a little bit of like a week-long golf trip.
I'm in.
There's some good spots down there.
Absolutely.
We could work out a crew. My video went.
What's your local?
In Indy, like
Yeah.
in Indy.
Number 1 local course in Indy.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, I love Sagamore, but since you already you took Sag, so man.
I mean, yeah, Sag's on there, but pick another one.
Crooked Stick's obviously good. I mean,
Dude, I still have not played.
We're
So
here. I'll go ahead and give everybody out there. The 3 of us and Klein are playing Crooked Stick very soon.
Cool.
He's been he's been pissed that I have not been out there.
They're not done yet.
They'll be done end of May, right?
It's end of June or July, I think.
We'll play as soon as they fucking let us. Then.
I'm down. Trust me. I'm not trying to ruin the vibe at all. I've got friends that moved all to Hillcrest because of it. A lot of the members moved over there.
Damn. I'm sure.
I love Chatham though too.
Chatham's great.
Chatham is the local
Chatham's
one.
money.
I'll say I've been blessed enough to. My parents, and by the way, for a place that's a country club, F off on the you're too old to be the family member anymore. Yeah, if I'm out there messing shit up or from the 14-year-old, I get it. But the fact that my dad has to pay like in $150 for me to play with him, it's like, yeah, we're not coming in. Now they will. My mom plays out there all the time, but that place is incredible. Fun fact for you, Austin. I'm going to botch the number. It's anywhere between 55 and 65. Number of old, broken down school buses that were laid on that property by Dye's crew to build the hill. You're in the middle of Cicero and Westfield. Everything, there's not a single hill in that entire city. And so everything out there is all man-made in terms of that course. But yeah, 55 to 65, I know it was the total amount of, it's somewhere in that nature, of buses and vehicles that from junkyards that were used to build the mounds to build that course originally, which is absurd to think about.
That is, yeah. That's an awesome place, though. They're making some big changes, I think, for Live, too, right? Like, they're basically moving the range way back, moving the putting
Didn't know
green.
that.
What's who's lives? I'm brain dead. What's who's the head of Live?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's Greg Norton anymore.
No,
is
yeah,
it?
No, it's,
Norman
like
wasn't.
Alex
Sorry,
Carr or
but
whatever
Norman
the
was
hell
at the
his name
time.
is.
Yeah, Norman was at
Yeah.
the time. So a friend of mine I grew up with was actually a waiter the night. Gets called and said, "Hey, we got a private group. Can you come in and help?" And knew nothing of it. He had texted a few of us golf guys later. And he's like, "Do you guys know the name Greg Norman?" We're like, "Yeah, head of Live. Why?" And he's like, "Just did a private dinner with him at Chatham tonight. I was, two or three of us were asked to like privately serve them in a back room, X, Y, and Z." And we're all like, "Is Liv coming to Chatham?" But yeah, so Norman and Liv gave 4 million to Chatham with a list of demands that need to happen and driving range back up. A few extended tee boxes need to be added. 130, I think, sand traps were demanded and placed already by them on their layout of the thing. Or it could have been
Wow.
like, again, you could have extended one trap, but that counted as one. But it was 130 changes, 2 traps / add on, and 4 million cash to get it all done. So
I played the state open. I played the state open out there like it was like 3 years ago, and it's a 3-day event. So exactly what Live is, right? I think 12 under won. So
That
those live guys are. I mean, it might hit 25 for 3
That's
round
what my
event.
question
What-
was going
what
to be.
are-
I was trying
I
to
was gonna say-
what do you
yeah.
think? What do you think they're going to score?
I don't know what the changes of the actual course are. I don't know where they're going to move those
Again,
tees.
they're not. Yeah, the only thing I would be distant. So again, take our drive from where hitting it, put them at a farther tee box. It's about. I'm not gonna say it's the same playing, but play the tips for you, Austin, and I'd say you're playing at the same distance as they will be, with the extensions and stuff like that. So, imagine. I mean, what's your best ride out there?
At Chatham,
Yeah,
I shot 68 out there. That was in a college event. So
that's 1 under.
No,
No,
it's
4 under.
Par 69.
4
Yeah, no, I think it's 4 under. So that's my best out there. But those guys are going to tear that. I mean,
I think so
super
too.
excited for Live at Chatham. It's going to be an awesome event, man. And it's going to be a huge hit in Indy too. I mean, that's going to draw some big crowds. I think.
Oh, it's going to be massive.
I think the scores are going to be pretty low though.
We
I
the
guess
amount of
28-30.
events. Oh yeah, but I would say the amount of events that come out to Indy, and guess what? Every time, people like to come back. It is it's a special time, special place, and that's kind of what we'll lead into. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you idiots that are still watching us, by the way, we're looking for partners and sponsors in different ways, and we're willing to give back before we receive. So if you have anybody that you guys think of, from bars to golf places to just relationships, partnerships, please reach out. We'll have our show email, which is at justdietalk@gmail.com. Listen below. Shoot out some things to us. Find us on social media, Just Die Talk, YouTube as well. Thank you all. This is we actually went longer than I thought we were going to do tonight, but I think we're going to have some fun talk. So we'll kind of get scheduling things planned out, and we'll get some things figured out as we move forward. But for sure, a mixture of this as well as interactive on the course and a bunch of other dumb shit. Hell, we might go to Topgolf and set up a camera for the day and just be some idiots if we want to do something.
Not a
But
bad idea.
hey, you know what? If we can bring this in pub, we can do it. But like, follow, share, shoot. All we're asking is just click follow, click share, click like, whatever. I don't give a shit if you're watching at this point. But if you are, do that for us, and we can help bring some more stuff to you. The more people we get involved and get followed and get connected with, the more dumb fun shit we can do, and because of you guys. So, episode 1, episode 0, whatever you want to call us, signing off. If you ever have the chance to go to Augusta, I highly recommend it. It is beautiful. But fellas, we'll wind up tonight. And if you guys got any last remarks, and then we'll look forward to some more bullshit later on.
Nah, man, I'm excited. Got a lot of good stuff for you guys, man. It'll be a lot of fun, and that's all we're trying to do is just have a lot of fun and entertain. So
That's all I've got.
I can't wait to have a video. I can't wait to have a video camera for the first time. I beat both of you soloing around.
Yeah,
Signing
I'm,
off.
I'm looking forward to taking that out at the golf course. So.
Peace, y'all.
all right.